Hey, I'm Kev Stone. Welcome back to MotoGP 20. Has Kev Stone not on the top in practice as Fernando sneaks in with a 36-1 around quarter of a second quicker than Stone. He's ahead of Baldassarri, Bezzecchi, Luti, Shirota, Gardner, Navarro, Kaz, Moyadin in the top 10 ahead of Martin, and Bastianini, Andy, Lowe's and Marini in that all-important 14 spot with Bulliger down in last. As who will be joining us in qualifying too, it will be Andy, Sorin, Akashima and G Antonio as Marini and Canet got up there from their practice times. As you can see, it is pouring it down. So we don't really have a reference of what is a good time, as at the top is Shirota with a 41.8. I'm not sure why it's not showing it. On the way inside, there have been these kind of glitches since the last previous updates. There we go. Now it's showing Baldassarri with 48.17. So it's a very different circuit from the one we rode around in practice. We're enjoying the sun. Not enjoying the rain as much. But we do love this Assen circuit. Already second down after the first set. We are poor in the first set, but second sets are alright. Third sets are down and fourth sets are alright. There's lots of folders as well. We had that in practice too, quite a few folders. So we'll see what the race turns out to be. It's going to be one of those attrition races. So here you go, this double right, so tricky on the rear tyre. Got to watch out for it in the race. There's all the rear trying to slide out. Oh, we've actually gained in the third sector. Through the final chicane. Gonna see lots of mischief there in the race. Not bad in the end. Was it second down after the first set, so we gained 7 tenths the rest of that. So we'll see if we can continue doing that and see, we might need to turn the fuel down. No part of this lap though. As one of the slowest corners of the year. That left-hand hairpin. And we're much quicker in the first set. Just 5 tenths to gap. A bit wide there, but able to hook it up a bit better through the left. And keep the gap similar. Fortunately, we're having to save fuel though for the last section where it's very flat out. That's when we need our power too. There we go. Turn up to octane. Straight hard through this set at 7 tenths to go, so they've actually lost a bit. It's all about as I doing a 40.5 now. That's through the final chicane. Gonna power nice and hard. 41.4. Thankfully, there wasn't much time left for other riders to do times, so we are in second. 8 tenths behind Baldassarri storms the pole. Ahead of Fallatan and DJ Antonio as well. We round out the front row. Then we've got Della Porter, Shirota and Lutin, I believe his closest home race, isn't it? Or is it Saxon Ring? Or we'll get to them on. I'm not sure. But we've got Marini, Canet and Andy on the third row. And then Fernandez ahead of Bastianini and Kaz Moyadin. And then we've got Gardner, Navarro and Nakashima. And on the sixth row, Sorin, Martin and Bezzecchi. Thankfully, it looks like it's dry for the race. So as you can see, temp's pretty low. It's right on the border of soft medium. We'll go soft medium then. Just like the last race, but unlike the Sachsenring, Aston does have those corners that rare, but it does have some high-speed corners. We can call off the tyres a bit. And that's why we're going up to 9 onshore. Have a bit spare because we've got that long back straight and in that last section. So what has everyone else chose? A medium for Baldassari, medium soft for Della Porta and Andy. Soft medium for Marini. But it's like medium choice of the day actually. Medium hard for Martin. So you might be strong in the second half of the race, as I don't know what you're doing, Stone, on the formation that. Medium hard for Buddock as well. Medium soft for Vergey. Actually, looks like soft medium or medium soft the best choice, or the choice for most of the field. Let's see Stone, rev it up. Middle of the front row. We get underway for 8 laps here in the Netherlands. We launch away from Baldassari. Just easing it into the first corner. Through the kink, which was devious in the wet, less devious in the dry. You've got this long right-hander. Don't accelerate too much in the first part, because you've got the second part which leads straight into the hairpin. And you kind of short shift out of this so you can get clean run onto this long back stretch. As we've got Marini behind. This guy, the old 46 bike, back through us. There's a flat out right, then there's a left which is pretty quick as well. There's Marini with the move though. As he got a 2-10 penalty for I have no idea why. But he just used the curb there. But we're chasing down the Italian on this opening lap. So it's the Italian Baldassari quick in qualifying, but in the race, looks like it's Luca Marini at the moment. As we go through this final sector. We've got Della Porta behind in an Italian sandwich at the moment. Good exit from the final chicane as Navarro to them, Edo Shirota. These two slightly pulling away from Della Porta and Gardner. You've got DJ Antonio, Luti, Nakashima, Fernandez, Bastianini and Baldassari down to 10th. Shocking start for the Pons rider from pole. You can see where Stone loses some time in this first sector as he got a second gap behind. 3/4 of a second gap in front to Marini. As Mazecki battling for a point with Chantra. That's like Fucci, Kazma had a poor start. And we saw Andy as well down the order. Lots of curb there to use. See if we can just keep hitting 4 through here. Just help that rear tyre wet. That's Dixon 12, Theo Canet. Let's come towards the end of this second lap. Guys up to 18th ahead of home hero Ben Snyder on the NTS. A Stone. Losing time to Marini, but keeping the gap behind to Della Porta, and then he messes up the final chicane. So Marini with a 36.3, Stone with a 38 flat, 2 seconds back, Della Porta behind. And a bit of a gap still to Nakashima now leading that third group ahead of Gardner. As Baldassari back for a top 10 with Shirota. Did not expect that from the Italian. As Fernandez into the top 5 ahead of Gardner. Poor shift there from Stone. Let the gap to Marini really climbing. 10.5 seconds now. He's got Della Porta over his arse at the moment. Navarro not scoring points. Navarro in 16th. Remember, he is Stone's closest challenger. But Stone is making a Horlicks off this lap again. Not riding well at the moment, Stone. Getting a bit to Marini though. Building a gap to Del Porge a bit as well. It's Balazar in 12th, batting with Dixon. Bloody hell. Tell you, maybe just had the one that pace. The wet weather pace. Didn't have the dry weather race pace. Stone mess it up at final chicane. Still 38-2. So remember, Stone was leading the championship by around 8 points ahead of Navarro. Navarro's getting a point. Stone getting 20 for second at the moment. So that could potentially be a race win lead or above at the end of this, but still a long way to go. Let's approach halfway mark of the race. Dale Porter right in Stone's tail. As Ramirez back for 30 with Manzi. Sebastian up to 7th ahead of Gardner. It's a gap, 2.5 seconds now. Dale Porter pushing Stone back towards Marini maybe. Marini just taking a breather in the lead. I mean, we've seen this previously. What was it? Shirota, wasn't it? It's home race in Germany. Taking a breather and then just bolted away again as Garzo. Taking a point away from his fellow Spaniard Navarro at the moment. Stone finally nails the final chicane. Goes into the second of race to go. 37-2, much better. Under 2 seconds the gap now in front. Everyone is speeding up behind as well. Would not have held on to that in the wet. No doubt about that for Stone. It's also the advantage of having a soft front as well. Can maybe get away with things he weren't on a medium or harder front. As always, actually gaining the first set. He got the gap up to 3/4 of a second behind to Della Porta. So Navarro down to 17th, 18th. Battling with Martin. Two Spaniards you don't expect to be way down the order like that. It's DJ Antonio in 10th with Gardner. Soaring up to 90th ahead of Lowe's. Oh, Sam Lowe's, what was it? Barcelona wasn't the podium. Apart from that, nothing to write home about for the Brit so far this season. Let's put Andy down to 29th, battling with Ramirez. That's down to the Indonesian. As you got Bezecchi into the points ahead of Martin. Stone really catching up to Marini. It's into the flow now, into the groove. Posting mid 36s. One and a half seconds to gap in front. That threat from Della Porta gone away. Responded well with that time breathing down his tail. There's Stone. Two Moto3 champions that battling for second for a bit. Now chasing down the Moto2 veteran. He's gained a 10th or 2 in the first set to still a 1.7 second gap behind Della Porta. There's Ben Snyder down in 21st, battling with Roberts. There's Bezzecchi down from the points. At least I think he was still in 15th. There's Dixon battling with Baldassari over 13th. Baldassari might not even score points from pole. That's just race pace for the Italian. There's Navarro grabbing a point ahead of fellow speed-up rider Sorin at the moment. As in this time, Marini might be warming up once again. Got 2.2 seconds, 1.7 seconds behind Tadeo Portia though. That's a bit of a cut from Stone. No added penalties though as yet. Marini's just wanted a 36-2. Stone's dropped to a 37-2. As Marini's teammate Bezzecchi down again. He's taking Kazmar with him. As Baldassari battling for 15th. He is battling for a point. Martin down there in 29th now. As he got caught up in all the troubles further down the order. Navarro up to 12th, ahead of Gardner. He's finding pace right at the end of a race once again, the Spaniards. His gap almost 3 seconds for EA. He's buggered off into the distance again. He's got Della Porta 1.7 behind. I think Stone might have to settle here for a second. That move on the first lap from Marini, great move. Ducking by the Canadian. Might have won in the race. Been able to control the race since then, pushed early on, called it off, gave Stone false hope, and now is crushing his soul right here at the end of the race. But for Stone, he's keeping the gap to Della Porta behind. This is something we haven't seen for a couple of races. You saw in Germany, this is when he's falling apart, his race. But he's keeping the gap to almost 2 seconds behind Della Porta. As here until the final lap here in the Netherlands. Marini leads away. Stone in second. Pace has dropped to mid-37. That seems to be the pace of Della Porta behind. Only Marini's really in the 36. The old Bastianini is as well with a 36-1. For the beast. But he's way down the order. As Berger into the points in 15th, ahead of Gardner. Got 1.9 behind Tadeo Porta. Good return to form for Stone as well. First podium in a few races. Well, he's been consistent, but it's not been right up there. It's allowed the likes of Navarro to close in the championship. But boys, he bounced back here as Bastianini trying to get into top 5 ahead of Schwartz. Not that far down the order. Ben Snyder looking for a late chance of points, and Jake Dixon down from the points positions. So Ben Snyder might be in the points now on his NTS. Trying to give something for the home fans to cheer for. Let's enter the final sector. Might as well turn it up to 2. For the first time in this race. We needed that in case you were catching Marini, but hasn't needed it at all this race. 4 second gap for the Italian. Comfortable victory for the VR46 machine, just like earlier in the year. Seeing those machines dominate races and grab victories, but a great podium for Stone. So Marini wins by 4.6 seconds in the end. Stone 1.3 ahead of Della Porta of that 2-10 penalty for going over a curb. It felt like there are some green bits. If you run over them, you do get penalties, but I swear he was stuck on the curb there. So we've got Nakashima in 4th. It doesn't matter in the end. We've got Bastianini around at the top 5 ahead of Shirota as he set the fastest lap. And then we've got Luti, Fernandez, the Gian Antonio. Canet ran out top 10 ahead of Navarro. He was mighty in the last part of the race. If he was quicker a lap earlier, he might have even got as high as 9th or 8th in the finishing order. Then we've got Garzo, those, Chantra, Berger ahead of Ben Snyder. Couldn't grab a point in the end. 2.3 off on his NTS ahead of Gardner. Baldassari in 18th after being on pole. Shocker for the Italian ahead of Pons and Sorin. as only Bezzecchi retired from the race. You know, had quite a few falls, and there is the lead for Stone, back up to 23 points ahead of Navarro, but here comes Marini, just 2 points back of second in these Cadillacs now, as you've got Nakashima up to 4th, Bezzecchi down to 5th, and you've got Bastianini, Luti up to 7th, finally being consistent, Thomas, once again in Moto2 ahead of Fernandez, Gardner down a couple, Della Porta, big runner in the Riders' Championship, up into the top 10, ahead of DJ Antonio, Shirota, Martin and Baldassari down to 13th and 14th. Got Garza up to 17th ahead of Andy, Dixon and Pons. Still Ramirez yet to score. So Martin Baldassari, the biggest losers in the Riders' Championship. In the Team Championship, the biggest winners, Bobby Sky Racing Team VR46 lead up to a race win now ahead of Speed Up Racing. Red Bio in third, 11 points ahead of Oakley Team Moto2, but Italia Trans coming for that 4th place, just 5 points back and 5 ahead of Liquid Modi Intact. Then Mark VDS in 7th, Flexport HP in 8th, Sag in 9th, Anganeto in 10th. Maybe biggest winners actually as well. Honda Team Major up to 12 ahead of NTS and MV Augusta, Petronas Sprinter and American Racing in last.
On a great show. The applause from the team and the fans is definitely deserved.
So in the Riders' Championship, well, reputation-wise, Stone, he's secure. He's got it all back together again. And he got all the credits as well. And then for research, it was perfect on qualifying. That sim, I don't know why it does that when it's perfect. It does it. Distance analysis perfect. Race simulation, only 3 because again we got called out cutting. But lots of research for the frame, for the electronics as well. Yeah, in the Riders' Championship, 23-point gap at the halfway mark of the season. Just 1 week left on the engine. What about data analysis? Who's that? Mario Costa. Oh, he does a lot for electronics. He might be interested in from like MotoGP maybe. As engine is now developed, halfway developed. As next up is the Grand Prix of Finland around the Kimi Ring. New venue, newest venue for the MotoGP at Canada, for the Grand Prix motorcycling Canada, should we say, as engine fully developed, at least the main developments. What else can we do? We can do nothing, because we don't have the points. So, what are we doing? Anti-wheelie, aren't we? We could develop that as well, actually. Can we? No, we can't. We can only do one thing at a time, can't we? Okay, so for the frame then, so reduction of tire, rear tire consumption, better distance, just makes the frame last longer. We definitely need that though, because again, tire wear's been a big issue, but Assen, not that bad. So it's had already 100 people here. See what that is. That's 5 weeks. Well, who else could we have had? Rossi, Simone. Adding Archie Phillips does nothing. Okay, so that's 4 weeks. Oh, we've got no one here now. Hang on. Don't worry about that. We're adding Stefano. So we do that. That gets rid of the suspension. So that would be 16 weeks. Then we had these guys. That's 6 weeks. And if we had Archie, it's down to 4 weeks. So there we go. Both 4 weeks then for the frame electronics. Got nothing on research again. So 4 weeks time. So 4 weeks time. So after Kim, we have the summer break. It'll be ready by Brno. We like that. We do like that. And then the week after, we head to the Red Bull Ring, and that's the end of the Riders Market window. Okay, and then at Thailand, we've got the appointment for contract renewal at Moto2 level. It really does depend how the championship goes, because at the moment, I think Stone might be winning the championship, might be heading straight to MotoGP after just 1 season at Moto2 level. But we'll see how it goes in the second half of the season as we approach the end, or will be at the end of the first half. It'll be the 10th round of the season at the Grand Prix of Finland. And great race for Stone. That second place since his best result since Mugello. Finished second behind Navarro after being passed in the final lap. And it's a very consistent beginning of the year. That whatever happened at the Circuit of the Americas. And then that poor result at the Saxon Ring. So let's see if he can continue the podium streak. Start one again around the Grand Prix of Finland, where he's pretty strong on a Moto3 machine. It's just, or was it Mazia was stronger, wasn't he? On the near part. We'll see if we have like a Marini or Shirota or someone who's stronger than Stone, but if he can still get on the podium, still take points off Navarro, off Marini maybe as well. That'd be a fantastic result next time. So South watching. We'll see if he can do it then.